Yo, what's good? It's your boy, and today I am going to be doing a Galebreathe tier list. This includes every mantra up to date except one, and that is the multi-attunement between Gale and Lightning. I'm not going to be including that one. This is just pure Gale. With that being said, let's hop right into this video. Alright, here we are. We're just going to go kind of like top to bottom, I guess. When I'm not putting stuff in certain spots, I'll be showing background footage, probably like Chime. But let's start off with Air Force. Now, Air Force heavily modded can be pretty good, and I guess we'll include that in the ranking somewhat. But overall, not a lot of people really run Air Force, and if they do make decent use of it. But there's probably a reason not a lot of people are running it, and for that, I'm gonna be putting it in C. I feel like it's kind of like the perfect showing of C. Now, ooh, this one is a doozy. Okay. Astral Wind. We all know, we all love this mantra. Every Gale build runs Astral Wind. I've only ever had one Galebreath build that didn't run Astral Wind, and it was kind of mediocre. So if that doesn't say anything, then I don't know how else to say it. This mantra deserves its own tier. Astral Wind deserves like SSS plus, bro. I might be glazing a little bit, but I feel like that's facts. But next we have Gale Lunge. Gale Lunge is once again kind of one of those doozies. You kind of see it on every single Galebreath build, unless it's like a dual attunement where they run Ice Lance or like Shadow Assault or a different kind of dash. Gale Lunge is very strong, so I'm going to put it at S, as it is probably one of the best, if not the best, chase mantra in the game. Next, we are going to be putting a mantra that a lot of people love, some people dislike, some would even go as far as to say that they hate it. Gale Punch. Now, this mantra is on the fence, I'd say. I'm very 50-50 with this. Part of me thinks it could easily scratch its way into A, maybe S, but I also want to say B, so we're just going to go nice in the middle and say like A, honestly. I feel like A is a very, very safe guess, if that makes sense. Now, let's move on to Gale Wisp. Now, Gale Wisp is a very hard one to rank, in my opinion, because it's a support. And for what it does, it's mid. But, you also got to remember, Gale Wisp is more than just fall damage cancel. It also buffs a couple talent cards, like Haunted Gale, in like Frost Wisp or something like that. I don't know, it's or like Frozen White or some shit, or I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's the multi-attunement talent between Gale and Ice. Gale Wisp, for the reason of Haunted Gale and other buffs that go with Haunted Gale, has to be put in A, no less. A and no less. I just can't see this mantra being any lower than that. Next, we have Champions Whirlthrow. Feel like there's not a lot to say about it. Block break, strong, really good for mix-ups, hyper armor, right? That's an easy S. Very easy S. Next we have Gale Trap. Not a lot to say about this. Some people run it. Personally, I don't see the point in using it. It's kind of mid, pretty mediocre. Definitely doesn't belong in D. We'll say like above Gale or Air Force in C. Next, we have Heavenly Wind. Now, this mantra is run on about 50% of Galebreath builds, in my opinion. Maybe less, maybe more, but around there. A lot of people love Heavenly Wind. Me personally, I'm not huge on it. I'm not going to be running that shit on every single build. I just don't see the point. So we are going to be putting Heavenly Wind at B. It's strong, don't get me wrong. It's just not amazing. And A and S is kind of for those mantras that are like amazing, you know, like you see it on every build. And that one you just don't. Next up, Pillars of Erisia. I rarely see this. It's good. It's just not a lot of people run it because it's honestly pretty easy to get out of, pretty predictable. Very long wind up, hard to really land. Of course, if you do land it, it's really good when you land it, but it's hard to land. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to put it below Heavenly Wind in B tier. Next up, we have Rising Wind. I'm pretty sure everyone would clobber the comments with your dumb if I didn't put this in S. Because, truthfully, it is an S tier mantra. It is phenomenal. I mean, it is an amazing mantra. So, Rising Wind, obviously, an easy S right there. Boom. Does it dare reach over Champions Whirlthrow, though? Here, we gotta rearrange the S tier. Rising Wind, better than Champions Whirlthrow. Better than Gale Lunge? Yeah, we put it better than Gale Lunge. Next, we have Tornado Kick. This would just be an immediate D, because who uses this on a max level build? But it's really, really good for training Galebreathe. I don't want to let that determine my decision too much, so D. I'd love to put it into C, since I'm a fan of Tornado Kick, especially when you're going deep bound and stuff. But I can't. I can't, dude. Tornado. Now, from a PvP perspective, I mean, like, it's aight. You're not going to land it very often, if at all. I mean, it's pretty strong if you land it, but, like, who's landing that? But in PvE, this may be the strongest or one of the strongest PvE mantras. The only stuff I can think about being better is, like, Relentless Flames, Warden Blades, and then, like, Frozen and Fire Servant. So this, because of its PvE use, I almost have to put an A. Hell, we're going to put it above Gale Wisp and not Gale Punch. I can't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll keep it right there. Windblade. Some people like it. I feel like a vast majority don't. Windblade is not very strong. I feel like it goes, like, above Tornado Kick and D tier, maybe. Next, we have Wind Carve. God damn, bro. Overrated as shit. Bottom of C tier. I'm sorry. It's mid. Wind Forge is, ooh. This one's hard, because although it's really weird to land, it's really good for chasing, dude. It is amazing for chasing. Some motherfucker just running, bro. Wind Forge. There's like no cooldown on it. And as long as you're somewhat close to them, you'll be able to put them in combat. So for its like chasing capability, I'm gonna have to put that in like top of C. Dare I say bottom B? We'll say bottom B. Don't hate, bottom B. Now we have Wind Gun. Wind Gun used to be very prominent. I no longer see it as often. I still see it on some builds. Because of its phenomenal legacy, and it's still somewhat useful today. I think that's gonna land itself either at the top of C or bottom of B. Actually above Windforge, definitely above Windforge. Above Pillars of Erisia too. Yeah, we put it there. Honestly, putting it above Pillars of Erisia is kind of a sketchy option. I don't know. We'll say that's good. Wind Passage. Okay. Everyone knows where this is going, right? This is going straight to S tier. But I need to give the proper reasoning. A lot of the S tier mantras like Champions Whirlthrow, Gale Lunge, Rising Wind, Astral Wind, they didn't really need reasoning. Some people might be like, dude, Wind Passage is just mobility. It's like C, bro. It's just like good mobility. Dude, you can go 8 miles horizontally with this shit. You can combat tag people with it. You can use it in mix-ups. Like, it's so good. And that's not even getting into its PvE capabilities, bro. It is a very, very strong fall damage cancel. If you have arrow gliding and Wind Passage, you can do what most people do with Frost Charm and go straight to library and do the library skip in Etheron. I mean, it is very useful, dude. There's no way around calling this mantra dare I say, the best movement in the game. Sure, it doesn't have vertical, but like, it is by far the best movement in the game horizontally. In my opinion, it is better than Shadow Assault. It is better than Flame Assault. What else is there? Is that even, I think that's it for horizontal movement, other than like maybe Gale Lunge and Frost Lance, but those don't really count because this thing literally teleports you, bro. It is amazing. It is literally one of the best mobility mantras in the entire game. The only one I can even see rivaling it is Ice Skates. But here's the problem. Ice Skates is only good for traveling large distances. You don't have a fall damage cancel, bro. You're up too high. Well, better suck it up, Buttercup. You're taking 3 bars of fall damage, bro. Fall damage cancels are so useful when trying to do layer 2 and crap. I have to put an S. Bottom of S, whether you guys like agree or not, this is my tier list, right? So let's just go over it before we close out the video. S has Astral Wind, Rising Wind, Gale Lunge, Champions Whirlthrow, and Wind Passage. A has Gale Punch, Tornado, and Gale Wisp. B has Heavenly Wind, Wind Gun, and Pillars of Erisia. C has Gale Trap, Air Force, and Wind Carve. And our lonely D has Wind Blade and Tornado Kick. RIP those two monsters, man. I hope they get buffed someday. Honestly, this is 100% valid in my opinion. I think this is the best tier list out there. I hope y'all agree. If you do, make sure to like, subscribe, say something in the comments if you want me to do more tier lists. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.